Have you ever wondered what powers your smartphone, your car, or even your coffee maker? It's the tiny, yet mighty, semiconductor chip. These chips are the brains of modern technology, and for decades, the world has relied on just a few countries to produce them. But now, a new powerhouse is rising, and it's poised to reshape the entire global tech landscape. That's right, we're talking about India. For years, the idea of India becoming a major semiconductor player seemed like a distant dream. The industry is notoriously difficult to enter, requiring massive capital investment, deep technological expertise, and incredibly complex global supply chains. But today, that dream is rapidly becoming a reality. The Indian government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has launched one of the most ambitious and strategic campaigns ever seen to attract chip manufacturing. This isn't just about building factories. It's about building an entire ecosystem from the ground up. So how exactly is India pulling this off? Stick around because we're about to dive deep into the 5 key initiatives that are fueling India's chip revolution. The centerpiece of this entire strategy is the India Semiconductor Mission, or SEM. Launched in 2021 with a staggering 760 billion rupee outlay. That's about 10 billion. US dollars. This program is the government's clear signal to the world. India is serious about semiconductors. This isn't just a vague promise. It's a concrete financial commitment. The ISM offers substantial incentives, providing up to 50% of the project cost for companies looking to set up semiconductor and display fabrication plants, or fabs, in the country. Think about that for a second. The government is essentially willing to become a co-investor, shouldering half the financial risk for these multi-billion-dollar projects. This bold move drastically lowers the barrier to entry for global giants and has already captured the attention of the biggest names in the industry. But building fabs is only one piece of the puzzle. A successful semiconductor ecosystem needs a whole network of supporting players. This brings us to the second key initiative, a focus on the entire value chain. The government's plan extends beyond just cutting-edge logic chips. It also provides incentives for compound semiconductors, sensor fabs, and crucially for assembly, testing, marking, and packaging units, known as ATMP. These ATMP facilities are the final critical step in the chip-making process. By incentivizing these, India ensures that it's not just fabricating wafers but also has the capacity to finish them into market-ready products. This holistic approach is attracting companies like Micron Technology, which has committed over $800 million to build a new ATMP facility in Gujarat. This single project is expected to create thousands of direct jobs and even more indirect ones, creating a ripple effect across the local economy. Of course, you can't build a high-tech industry without high-tech talent. And this is where India's third initiative comes into play, the Chips to Startup or C2S program. The government understands that long-term success depends on homegrown innovation. The C2S program aims to train 85,000 highly skilled engineers in semiconductor design and manufacturing over the next decade. It provides mentorship, access to state-of-the-art design tools, and even funding for early-stage startups. This isn't just about filling factory jobs. It's about cultivating the next generation of Indian chip designers and entrepreneurs. By fostering a vibrant startup culture, India is planting the seeds for its own future Intels, NVIDIAs, and Qualcomms. This focus on human capital is perhaps the most sustainable part of the entire strategy, ensuring a continuous pipeline of innovation for years to come. Fourth, India is masterfully leveraging geopolitics. The global push to de-risk supply chains and move away from over-reliance on a single region has created a golden opportunity. India has positioned itself as a stable, reliable, and democratic alternative. The government has been actively forging strategic partnerships with other tech-leading nations. The Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technology, or ICET, with the United States is a prime example. This partnership facilitates easier collaboration between the two countries' private sectors, streamlines regulations, and promotes joint research and development. By aligning with key global partners, India is not just attracting investment. It's integrating itself into the trusted global technology supply chain, making it an indispensable node in the network of the future. It's a brilliant diplomatic and economic move rolled into one. Finally, the fifth and perhaps most foundational initiative is the relentless focus on creating a business-friendly environment. Beyond financial incentives, the government has been on a mission to improve the ease of doing business. This involves simplifying regulations, providing single-window clearances for projects, and ensuring access to critical infrastructure like uninterrupted power and clean water, both non-negotiable for a semiconductor fab. States like Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka are competing with each other to offer the best infrastructure and support packages. This internal competition, fostered by the central government, creates a dynamic where global companies can find the optimal location for their specific needs. It's this ground-level execution that turns ambitious policy into tangible reality. We're already seeing the results. Tata Group, a trusted Indian conglomerate, has announced plans to build a massive semiconductor fab in Gujarat's Dholera, a project worth an incredible $11 billion. This, along with projects from Micron and others, marks the beginning of India's journey from a chip consumer to a chip producer. So, what does all this mean for the future? India's path to semiconductor supremacy won't be without challenges. The competition is fierce and the technological landscape is constantly evolving. However, the comprehensive, multi-pronged strategy put in place by the Indian government is undeniably a game-changer. By combining massive financial incentives, a focus on the entire ecosystem, investment in human capital, smart geopolitical maneuvering, and a commitment to improving business infrastructure, India is not just entering the race, it's positioning itself to be a leader. The journey from startups to giants is underway. The world is watching as India lays the foundation, brick by brick, for its semiconductor empire. This revolution will not only transform India's economy, but will also play a crucial role in shaping a more resilient and diversified global technology landscape for all of us. The Silicon Dream is no longer a dream for India. It's a well-funded, meticulously planned reality in the making. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into India's incredible semiconductor strategy. If you found this information as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below with your thoughts on India's chip revolution. Until next time, stay curious.